Hi everyone, it's Miss Carol-Leigh from the Hampton Bays Public Library. Thank you for joining me today for our Summer Solstice Family Craft. Does anyone know what summer solstice is? It is the first day of summer, and I love to celebrate the first day of summer. So with this craft, I am going to show you one way to celebrate the longest day of the year. And it's also the shortest night of the year. Okay, are we ready? So a luminary is somewhat like a lantern. And that's what we are going to make today. A summer solstice luminary. Now, a lot of people make these luminaries to celebrate the winter solstice, but I thought it was a good idea to celebrate summer solstice. And you could also save them for the 4th of July when you're outside looking at the sky. And if they do fireworks in your neighborhood, you could sit outside with your luminaries and watch the fireworks. Okay, are we ready? So what you need, very simple, you need a paper bag. You could use a white paper bag. I have a regular brown paper bag. You could really use any color that you wish. I like the white, because the light shines through it better. But I also like the brown because the light kind of dims when it comes through the brown paper bag. I have some scissors. I also have what you call pinking scissors. I'm not sure if you could see. The edges on this scissor are a little jagged. So when you cut, it's like a decorative type of edge. I don't know if you could see it right here, but I'll show you as the program goes on. I also use a hole puncher. This is a circle hole puncher, but they also have hole punchers with like hearts and different shapes, so you could use a different shape to make it even more decorative. I have some colored pencils. You could use crayons. Again, you know I love stickers. You could use stickers. Anything that you want. You could cut out pieces of paper and glue them on. All right, so let's get going. Also, two more things. I have this little tea light. It's an electronic tea light. And the reason why, let's show you. The reason why I like this tea light, you see it lighting up? I like this tea light because you don't want to use the candle type, because this is paper and it would probably light the paper on fire. So I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, so we're going to use a tea light. And I also have, and I chose orange because it's similar to the sun and it's bright and it celebrates summer. I have tissue paper and I'll explain why we're using this in a minute. All right, so let's begin. We take our paper bag and we want to decorate our paper bag, and it's really, really a simple craft. So what I normally do is I like to make my cuttings before I color anything. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to use both sides of the bag and I'm going to show you what I did. So on one side of the bag, I think I'm going to make a sun. And if you've ever cut out a paper heart, you know that you will fold it. So you gently take the paper bag and you fold it a little bit, okay? And you want to, I like the pinking shears because it gives it a pretty edge. So I'm going to cut out a little sun. So I'm going to take the bag and fold it just like that. And I'm going to cut my half circle just like this. It's a little hard, but you have to be very careful that you don't cut it too big. So I'm going to come in from the other side. I'm going to cut my little sun here. And again, you could use any shape that you like. So this is my sun. I cut it out. And I kind of want to go in and make a circle a little rounder than what I got. So you just kind of go in there and just get your edges. And it's okay if the paper falls inside the bag. We're going to take that out. We'll just shake it out. Shake it onto the table. And then when you're done, any mess that you made, you could just take your tablecloth and shake it out. That's why I like to put a tablecloth down when I'm working with crafts. And sometimes when I'm working with paint, I like to use old plastic tablecloth covers. You could use them again and again and again. So I have my sun cut out. So what I want to do is take my colored pencils and go around the edges and make some nice, pretty sun rays. I don't know if you could see me doing it, but I'm just making little squiggly sun rays, and I have all different color pencils because I want to use more than one color. So I have a red orange, I have a orange, I have a red, I have a yellow, and I'm just decorating my sun. And like I said, you could do anything, but because it's summer solstice, I like to make a sun. If it were winter solstice, maybe I would do a snowman, or maybe like a Christmas tree or a pine tree. And this is the fun part. I love decorating things. All right, so I'm making my little sun rays. I used yellow, I used orange, maybe some red orange. And if you want, you could color it in a little bit, like that. So I have my sun, and I colored my sun rays. I'm not sure if you could see them. I'm hoping that you can. And now I'm going to take my tissue paper and cut a little bit of a square. Make sure it's wide enough to cover your sun. And you want to just put it inside your bag, like that. That's great. And you're going to tape it inside your bag. That's it. You don't have to use orange. You could use yellow. You could use purple, pink, anything you want. I love being creative because everybody has their own ideas of what they want to do. And again, I like the sun because we're celebrating summer. All right, so this is my finished sun bag. And after we are done, I'm going to show you how it lights up. It's so pretty. All right, so here's another idea. I took my brown paper bag, and you know when you're making snowflakes, you kind of fold the bag just like I did with the sun. So I'm going to show you how I did this. So this is just another idea. I took my paper bag and I folded it just like this, very gentle. Don't make a really hard crease because you don't want to see that when you unfold it. So I kind of did it very softly, and I'm going to hold it like this. And what I am going to do, I don't know if you could see it here, I made little cuts in the bag, but as I went down, I made my cuts a little bit bigger, all right? So it's a little bit of a design. So it's almost like a triangle. So you just kind of cut here, and you cut here, and it's a small little cut in the bag. I'm not sure if you could see it. You probably cannot, but when I open it, you'll see it. And as I go down, they get a little bit bigger. And you don't have to do it that way. You could do it, again, any way you want, any shape. But this is just something that I chose to do. And as I go down, I'm going to make them a little bit longer, and longer, and longer. So we have this really nice design. All right. So I got my cuts in there. And when you open the bag, do it nice and gentle. Look at how that came out. And you know what? It did the side of the bag also. Isn't that great? So you don't have to, but if you want, you could cover this with tissue paper as well. With the brown bag, I chose not to because it gives it a really, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to shut the light and show you what the bags look like finished. Are we ready? Before I do that, I just want to show you one more idea. And I already did it with the hole puncher. This is what it looks like with the hole puncher. And it's the same thing. You want to just take little folds in the bag. And what's cool about the hole puncher is when you punch it, I'm not going to do it because I already did it with this bag. When you punch it and you open it up, it gives you 2 rows. So it goes really fast. So that's another fun one. And again, you can put the tissue paper inside. So are we ready to see what our luminaries look like? All right, so I'm going to put my light on. You see my light? I'm going to shut the light. Are we ready? Okay, so this is my bag with the holes in it. And you see the light flickers a little bit, which is really cool. You could put them on the front steps. You put them on each step, and it looks really pretty at night. Okay, that's one. We'll put that aside. And this is the sun. Put it in there. And it looks like the sun is glowing. Isn't that great? All right. And now we have one more. And this is the one that we didn't put the tissue paper in. And this is the brown paper bag. And it lights up just fine without the tissue paper. I kind of like this one too. Probably can't see it that great. You see it better with the white bag. But at night, there's a little light coming through my window, so you can't see it as well. But at night, the brown paper bags really light up pretty nicely. Okay. Alrighty, so now you are ready to make your luminaries. So you can make as many as you want. Just make sure that you get the tea lights in your bags and your tissue paper. You have crayons or colored pencils and magic markers or stickers, whatever you like. You enjoy it, and happy summer to you. Thank you for joining me today, and have a great day. I will see you next week for our sidewalk chalk paint program. Thank you for joining me.